Hi everybody, welcome to another Low on Health Rambling where I kind of go over what I've been doing the last past day or so. Today is Saturday, April 24th. It's around 12:33 p.m., kind of in the afternoon. I've been having a really kind of interesting day. Yesterday, I got a call from my grandma. She was having issues with her answering machine. I went over there and looked at it. And apparently, her answering machine got busted, so we kind of had to go out and get her a new one. And it kind of swung by my mom's and said hi, just kind of did a little family chit chat and whatnot. Today I once again woke up, really early, waited for the sun to rise, and did some more yard work. In which case, I made a decent amount of progress on some of the bushes, and I'm kind of happy with that. And I did my nice little bike ride around the neighborhood. In which case, I'll probably touch on that in a couple seconds here. But let's go ahead and move on to probably the main thing I did today, which took up more time than I thought, was I finally saw the Avatar movie. In which case, I watched the movie. It looks great. I'll give the Avatar movie that. It looks great. It runs really way too long. It was like 2 hours and 41 minutes, which is basically an hour too much for this type of film. I mean, it's the same story we've kind of seen before, and it's been done better in other films. But I can kind of see where the normal American public's like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. It does look great, and I'm pretty sure in 3D there are some sequences that would look really cool. But the overall movie, of course, I see plot holes and whatnot. Of course, you're supposed to, suspend your disbelief and whatnot, but I just can't do that with movies. And just kind of almost not 100% cliche-ish. They didn't do some things that I was happy to see that they didn't do. But, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. It's not a horrible movie. It's not a great movie. It's just, a classic action movie. And I'm kind of happy to see that, hopefully, if anything, this will get computer-generated movies some more renown, with some more respect. I mean, this is kind of what they were trying to do with Spirits Within almost a decade ago, and it's kind of funny to see how far we've come along, and I guess this just making a basic movie like this will show that people will want to go out and see it and watch it. So, saw it, can't really recommend it, but everybody's going to see it anyway because everybody talks about it. Moving on here. I mentioned my bike ride earlier, in which case, for my bike ride, I constantly check weather.com. I constantly check this page out because it gives me like a hourly breakdown of like precipitation. This also tells me too when the sun is gonna rise, which is kind of cool. That way I know when the time me going outside and start working and everything. But also here they had a little thing where like webcams in your area, and they actually had like this one web camera off in my area, Newport Richey, that I thought was kind of cool because I actually kind of started to watch the sunrise off of this website. I'm like, oh, here comes the sunrise. Basically, it kind of points out west or east. I'm sorry, where the sunrise is. And I thought it was kind of cool, and this kind of shows like where the camera is located, and that's basically kind of its viewing area. It kind of goes out over Starkey Park, and that's kind of the horizon there, which is kind of cool because my house is like located right around where that A is, a little bit north of it. So I actually decided when I did my bike ride today, I decided, hey, I'll do a little bit of garage sailing to see if I see any garage sales because I kind of broke one of my yard tools doing the bush stuff. But I was like, hey, maybe I'll check out some garage sales and I'll see if I can find where the webcam is. So I kind of just went trolling around the neighborhoods, which was kind of fun and relaxing right in the around in the morning around 8 or 9 after I did about an hour or so of yard work. And it was kind of cool. I didn't actually find where it was. Apparently it's on like a 90-foot pole, and I'm like, oh, I should be able to spot this easily. So I was just kind of cruising the neighborhood looking up, seeing if I could find it. And I've kind of done some more research now, so I kind of have a better idea where it's at. So probably tomorrow I'll probably go hunting for it again. But it's just kind of cool just to see this kind of live webcam of the area. It's nice. Like I said, this isn't a big city like Tampa, so it's not all gray. We got a lot of greenery. Moving on here, I'm going to go ahead and jump real quick to the Game FAQ poll, which is, do you floss your teeth? And I go, of course, no, it's not something I do, in which case, ironically, that's the majority of people, and I'm not even going to get into my dental stuff, as you can probably see. I don't have the greatest teeth in the world, but I don't let it get me down too much, and I'll probably discuss that some other time. But what I want to do real quick is, of course, get along to the gaming stuff, which, of course, right now is Vandal Hearts. Now, Vandal Hearts was a game I loved back in the day, and I'm really tempted to go back and play through it. I mean, this is kind of a strategy RPG along the lines of Final Fantasy Tactics, but before Final Fantasy Tactics, and Ogre Battle 64, I believe. It's cool because it's actually in a 2-disc case. You think it's 2 discs. No, it's still just 1 disc. The other part of the disc case is for the huge freaking manual, which is kind of funny. Also has the advertisement for, of course, Suikoden 2, or Suikoden 1. So, I've been debating recently, like, I've been trying to find games to play, like, newer games that kind of pique my interest. And once I kind of pulled this out, I'm like, you know what, I should probably give Vandal Hearts, a playthrough. And actually, I popped it in my PS3, and luckily the PS3 is backwards compatible. plays PS1 games with no problem. You can actually play them through remote play on the PSP, which I kind of tried out and didn't really dig that much because you get the lag and whatnot. So I'm actually very, very tempted. Now I have a say on it. I'm very tempted to probably play through Vandal Hearts, which I very much enjoyed. And of course, I also have, of course, Vandal Hearts 2. They did a sequel to it, and I picked that one up too. And I played it back in the day and loved it tremendously. Let's see what we got in this one. This one, ironically, has an advertisement for Suikoden 2, which, like I said before, I played the first Suikoden on the PSN network, and hopefully they'll release the second one. What I kind of really liked about Vandal Hearts, besides its love the basic sprite-based combat, real-time strategy. I like its kind of visceralness. Best way to describe it, let me pull up this video here, which kind of shows, like, basic isometric view. You pick your units, you do the fighting and whatnot. But what I really liked is, for some reason, when you kill somebody, a huge amount of blood squirts like this. For some reason, that fountain of blood, I just thought was the coolest thing when I was younger. Like, it was a nice visceral combat. And these games are rated M for mature, which is actually, they both are, which is actually very cool when you think about it. I mean, back in the day, these types of games would be brought over or they'd be heavily censored. But what I'll probably end up doing, actually, I might be playing back through this game. I really did enjoy it, and I love that level up. They do a nice little level up dance. It's just an old school classic, turn-based strategy game, and I really much enjoyed it. Makes me want to go back and play Tactics, in which case I'm probably gonna see if I can find the Tactics Advance, not Tactics Advance whatsoever, but the Final Fantasy Tactics, the original, the remake on the PSP, which I never got to play through again. But actually, I might be giving Vandal Hearts a go because boom, one game. When I'm done with that, I have a second one up, and it's a really fun game, and I really enjoyed playing the hell of it back in the day, and I love that combat. But other than that, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.